Good morning. We are in the Chutes National Forest. If you've been watching us for a while, you know this is our favorite forest to be in. We are camped along this beautiful river here, and we showed up last night. And today we are going to head out to Sisters. We need to run a few errands. We have to re-up our propane. We ran out of propane last night and froze our butts off all night. So we're going to do that, and then we're meeting up with a guy to buy a ladder for the truck. So we will do
Thanks,
those.
Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. It's funny because Jason and Dan were chatting over Craigslist, was it?
No, it was a Land Cruiser forum.
Oh, Land Cruiser forum. And Jason saw he had a ladder for sale, the one that we wanted to buy. And Dan actually asked Jason, "Hey, do you and your wife have a YouTube channel?" And he kind of put two and two together. It was the Land Cruiser and living in Portland and all that. So yes, that's us. And thanks for the ladder, Dan. It's gonna be awesome, and we'll see you soon. But see you later, guys. Once we arrived in Sisters, our first stop was the hardware store to get a full tank of propane. The inside of the camper was in the low 40s last night, and we shivered all night without our heater. We just stopped at the beautiful Black Butte Ranch to meet Dan to pick up the ladder that Jason was buying off of him. So we'll have a cool ladder for our truck. Easier to get to things on the roof.
The lead time, I contacted Rhino Rack, and the lead time to order a new one was 4 to 6 months.
Crap.
So
Well,
I was like,
this was a 2-hour drive. Nice. Cool. Yeah, Black Butte Ranch is very pretty. They have these little condos with patios that face a really pretty lake and all the mountains. It's really nice. Maybe when we feel like getting fancy, we'll stay a night here. This is really pretty.
Yeah, I want to eat at the restaurant.
Me too.
It's really good.
I heard it's good.
They have double steaks.
Oh.
So,
It is. We ended up having lunch with Dan at the ranch, where we told stories, got to know one another, and had plenty of laughs. Driving back to camp now from picking up that ladder from Dan. That was fun. Had lunch with him. Really nice guy. Thanks again for the ladder, Dan. And really surprised at how busy it is this weekend. We thought for sure there would be no one else out here, but we stopped by Camp Sherman, and it was just packed. Yeah, Abby's like, I know. She's like, people. But yeah, this time of year, it starts to get cold, and kids are back at school and all that, so we're really surprised how crowded it is this weekend. I don't know what's going on. I also find it very interesting how extreme mountain weather is. Last night it was 30 degrees and we were freezing, and it's supposed to get up to 80 today. And it's insane. That's a huge temperature jump. But it's the time of year where it's still kind of nice during the day, but frozen at night. But head back to camp, and I think Jason might try to catch some fish in this river.
Yeah.
One of the problems about coming out when it's a busy weekend is you get neighbors. Oh well, they seem quiet, so that's fine. But later in the season, when stuff starts getting snowy, fewer people will come out here, and then we'll more likely have the place to ourselves then. Something we've learned about Abby in the 5 months that we've had her now, 6 months. Wow. She loves rocks, obsessed with rocks. She doesn't eat them or anything. She just picks them up, carries them around. Sometimes she buries them. And today she's making a pile. She's going around finding rocks and putting them in this little pile here. All those. She's just hoarding rocks. It keeps her out of trouble, so I'm okay with that. He just said that there's a bunch of salmon down there, and he said it looks like they're dying, and there's a dead one down there too. So I don't know what the story is with that. If anybody out there knows why there would be dead and dying salmon in the Metolius, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, they look. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they look like zombies.
Weird.
They're like decayed looking, but they're still swimming. I think they were spawning, I guess. I don't know.
After doing some research, we learned that these zombie salmon are in fact nearly dead. At the end of their migration, they find a place to spawn and then die. The changes salmon undergo near the end of their life are system-wide and include the widespread deterioration of their internal organs. Once the frenzy of the migration and spawning comes to an end, they're exhausted, and within a few days, for a couple of weeks at the most, the salmon will begin to decay and then die. However, salmon continue to give life to the ecosystem long after they're dead. Birds feed on the eyeballs, they become fodder for fly larvae, and some carcasses will even make their way up to the banks of the river where they fertilize trees and give soil nutrients. So although a gruesome and a bit sad, the salmon graveyards are a natural phenomenon and a good thing for the streams and rivers all over the Pacific Northwest and Alaska.
The fire restrictions have been lifted. Yay! It's good news. So that means I'm gonna go see if I can find some firewood so we can have a campfire tonight. I'd say this is a pretty good pile. Looks like it's some pretty good wood too. It was a log that had fallen. So out here in the National Forest, you can cut up dead fallen trees for firewood. Never live trees, always dead down trees.
What's up, creeper?
Creeper's gonna creep. Good girl. Yeah, he's a good girl. See him? Good old Sam. Is your favorite part of camping? Huh? Is this your favorite part? It is a chilly morning today, 33 degrees, and it's cloudy. I think I saw before we left it was gonna rain today, but it also looks like the sun is trying to peek through. Hopefully it does. Our last day here, so I want it to be beautiful. So Jason might do some fishing this morning, or he might not, who knows. See how he feels, and probably check out a few more things before heading back to old Portland. See him. You staying in here where it's warm? You're a smart girl. You're a smart girl.
This is a tire inflator and deflator. I just got it. So it does all 4 tires at the same time.
With the tires aired down, now we can head out to do one of our favorite things, explore some of these remote forest roads.
Definitely a smoother ride when you air down the tires. This road that we're on now, when the tires are not aired down, it's like but now it's smooth like butter.
Like butter.
When we have the trailer hooked up to the truck, sometimes we don't want to risk getting stuck or in a tight spot and not being able to turn around. So we'll park it and then walk down some of these roads, check them out to see if we can make it down there with the trailer. That's what we're doing now.
It's just a pain in the butt to get turned around sometimes.
Yeah.
We've had to cut ourselves out more than once.
Yeah. And it gets some energy out of Abby. She got in trouble this morning. She's being a handful today. Get a puppy, they said. She's worth it. Before heading home, I made us some lunch, while taking in the breathtaking scenery around us.
we're gonna sit here and enjoy this lunch and enjoy this view. And thank you for watching and coming along on another adventure. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave some comments and thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
It's really good. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Your support means so much to us. Join us next time as we explore more of the Pacific Northwest.
To put air back in the tires before we head back onto some real paved roads.
So bearing down is kind of whatever. I think it's, I don't know that it's any faster. It might even be a little bit slower than the ARBs, but filling up is pretty amazing. When you inflate, it's just to be able to do all 4 tires at the same time is, it effectively takes about as much time to do all 4 as it would have taken to do 1 before, and all 4 are exactly 42 psi on the nose, which is pretty cool. So overall, thumbs up. It's worth it.
Out of 10, what do you give it?
I'd give it an 8, 7.5, 8, only because deflating is just kind of whatever.
It takes just as long.
Yeah, I think it might even take a little bit longer. Just getting the hoses unpacked, uncoiled, connected, and then coiling them all back up and putting them away is kind of a pain.
Cool.
But yeah, for inflating, definitely a win.
Yay.
And back on the pavement.
Back on the pavement. On the road again. La 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 la.